what I want to say, and now I want to get to the two things I think that she very clumsily perhaps was gesturing at that I think are really important to bring up and difficult to bring up. So the first is anti-Black racism is different. And it's worse in America. The history is worse. The current way in which we are still failing descendants of slaves is worse than what any other ethnic minority suffers in America, certainly Jews. I mean, American Jews in this generation, we are the luckiest Jews to ever walk planet Earth. It's ridiculous to compare what Jews go through today, even as anti-Semitism is on the rise, with forms of anti-Black racism that are still state-sponsored. So that's the first thing that I think she was clumsily gesturing at, which is what they do to us is different, like at some qualitative level. And I think that I agree with her on that, even though I think she did not say it very well. And the second point, which I think is probably even more controversial, is this, and then I'm going to cede the floor back to you guys. I think that there is a kind of a stolen valor happening when you have these groups that represent different minorities, Jews, immigrants, Muslims, Asians, Latinos, all sort of trying to get on this, intersectional train and say, look, fighting oppression for everybody is intertwined. And I just think that that's ridiculous. Because again, like what we did and what we continue to do to the American descendants of slaves is qualitatively different. It is qualitatively worse. And to the extent that she was trying to point that out, that there is this kind of, you keep asking the Black community to lend its voice to these other things that are bad. They're bad. Anti-Semitism's bad. But come on, like where are our priorities, right? When we're thinking of levels of, oppression that still remains. So I think that those are the two things that, clumsily she was gesturing at that I do think are important to talk about.
So